Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to chat with you guys a little bit about why I upload all of my missed lifts. Now, a lot of people will say, well, it's for accountability, right? No, not really. I really don't care about accountability anymore. I already have more accountability with my training on the internet probably than any lifter on the face of the earth at this point. And I think that's a fair statement. Because I'm the only person who pretty much lifts with calibrated plates year round, films every workout, every session. Nobody else in the entire world, to my knowledge, does that. There's no need for further accountability. I already have it as far as that goes. So it's not about that. It's about teaching. It's about teaching. Well, what's the lesson to learn here? The lesson is to not be afraid of missed lifts. To not be afraid of missed lifts. And this is something I deal with certain clients. This is something I deal with certain lifters with certain mindsets of teaching people to not freak out about lifting heavy. Okay, this is also one of the big perks with the conjugate method. You don't have to pick your own lifts. You don't have to do the classic lifts. You don't have to do lifts very often that you have an emotional attachment to. Now, all of that being said, let's go somewhere with this. Am I talking about the ranked novice? No. If you're a novice lifter, I don't want to see you maxing out without supervision. Because novice lifters don't know how to lift. And I get clients even now who are novices when I get them. Now, a lot of people will say, well, Jason, do they follow your channel? Yeah, they follow my channel. I have tutorials on how to perform the box squat. I have tutorials on how to perform a pendlay row, how to bench press. A lot of people would say, well, if people watch those tutorials, they clearly know how to do the lifts. No, they don't. That's been one of the things that I've learned as a coach that tells me that when we put information out, we do have to think about the fact that people don't get it. They don't process it. Because a lot of people have been lifting a long time will see that stuff and be like, it's not possible that a person could watch your channel and see your how-tos and not know how to perform these exercises. No, they perform the exercises the way oftentimes I get clients who have paid me to start coaching them who have already seen the how-to videos and they perform the exercises the way I make fun of with the noob stuff. You guys think I'm kidding, but it does happen. Okay? It happens. And I have seen every one of those mistakes you see me joke about in those videos. I have seen clients do on camera who I am coaching. That's normal. That's not the exception. That is normal for untrained lifters who've never been coached. It's normal. For people who don't have a high kinesthetic intelligence, it's normal. What's kinesthetic intelligence? Body awareness. People with high kinesthetic intelligence are the people who end up going into professional sports, by the way. Not something you learn. You're either good at it or you aren't. So everyone else has to be taught how to move. And so, yeah, if you're a novice who doesn't know how to perform the lifts, like if you're a novice and you do not perform the exercises the way I show in all those how-to videos and you can't execute them perfectly, you have no business maxing out. In fact, you have no business even lifting heavy. You need to strip down to weights that are very light and learn how to perform the lifts. Progressive overload shouldn't even be in your purview yet, let alone maxing out. But for everyone else, let me ask you a question. Do you know how to lift? Like, do you know how to perform a squat, a bench press, a deadlift, an overhead press? Are you technically proficient at them? Okay. Do you have any massive muscle weaknesses that make it impossible for you to do good form? In other words, when you squat, do you fold over like a taco? Because that's not your technique causing that. Muscle imbalance. Okay. Muscle imbalances. So, if you don't have any of these issues and you can do these things, then what are you afraid of with maxing out? Like, there's nothing to be afraid of. A missed 1 rep max done correctly is less dangerous, this is my opinion, is less dangerous than failing the 5th rep on a 5-rep set. And I legitimately and truly believe that. I believe it is more dangerous for you to fail and grind and miss a 5th rep on a set than it is for you to miss a 1-rep max and get pinned. You have a higher likelihood of being hurt from that. Maxing out is fairly safe. And I've covered why. I have entire videos breaking down biomechanically why maxing out is safer. You're braced, you're ready for it. It's not fatigue causing it, it's you just not strong enough. But you're usually braced, you're pulled in tight. We're not tight once we've done several reps on a lift. Fatigue will make you get loose. It's a looseness that gets you hurt. Not the heavy weight, because let's be realistic here. If you deadlift 500 pounds, how heavy of a weight do you have to lift for you to miss the 5th rep? You're not playing with 315, guys. You're not playing with a lightweight at that point. I promise you, you got at least 425 on the bar. Probably 455. Okay? What do you think is more dangerous? Missing 505 because you couldn't lift it for 1 rep, where you're braced tight and pulled in tight and it just stops midfoot and drops back down. You just can't do it. Versus 455. Keep in mind, that's 455 heavy-ass pounds in which you got fatigue and your back rounded or shifted the wrong way, or you got pulled the wrong way, or you jerked it wrong with slack in your bicep because you're fatigued and you get jerky. When you're using shitty, terrible form and you've been pulled out of your groove now, do you think 455 is going to hurt you? Or do you think 505 when you're in your groove and you miss it is going to hurt you worse? All right, that 50 pounds doesn't make a whole lot of difference at that point. It's only 10% difference. That bar path and the biomechanics and the jerkiness sure will, though. That's when you get hurt. What else makes you get hurt? Being afraid. What happens when you get really, really psyched up for a max lift and you scream and yell, or you're afraid? Your form looks like shit. When you're afraid of a weight, you make mistakes. When you're scared or you're over psyched up because you took 3 scoops of a pre-workout, you have Slayer jamming as hard as you can and you slap yourself in the face and scream so that you can lift that heavy weight. Are you focused? Are you concentrating? No. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you really think you're stronger because you slapped yourself? Do you honestly think that your muscles are physically capable of contracting harder? And I do mean this very seriously, because a lot of world-class level lifters do that. But have you ever seen guys walk in and set world records calm and chill? I have. You honestly think had that guy screamed and yelled that he would have done 10 more kilos, 20 more kilos? Or do you think his world record's a world record? The psych up is a choice. It's not a necessity. I'll tell you right now, when you're calm and you're focused on bracing and pulling everything tight and awareness and squeezing the bar hard and gripping, that's a lot safer than being emotional. And I would argue that there's no strength advantage to the latter. You can agree to disagree. Let me ask you another question. All right, even if you get 1% more strength from the psych up in competition, think that's really what you should be doing on a gym lift? I don't think you should. Take it calm. Go calm with it. You have to approach the bar with confidence, with focus. Okay? If we're talking about the long game, we're talking about doing this safely, about not getting hurt. Because the heavy lift, the 1 rep max lift, isn't inherently dangerous. Your muscle weaknesses might be dangerous. getting overly psychologically aroused might be dangerous. But lifting 500 pounds with good form, when you're capable of lifting 500 pounds with good form, is not dangerous. But the fear will get you hurt. The anxiety will get you hurt. The psychological arousal will get you hurt. Walk up and lift the damn weight. Alright guys, so that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.